Hey guys, Wolfie here with the City of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia Global video, and this is a special presentation for the 12th of August 2019, and this is simply a follow-up to the 7070 predictions I've already posted. Now, the reason why I'm doing a follow-up to this is because something kind of dawned on me over the last few days, and involves around a certain Esper, Ramuh. Now, why am I doing this now? And what's this whole thing with Ramuh? Now, you have to look at things from a global perspective, and global perspective only. Now, we all can recall that towards the very end of May, King Ultimate Ifrit. The end of July, which was a couple of weeks ago, was the debut of Ultimate Shiva. Now, keeping this in mind, we're seeing that on the global end, the Ultimate Esper Trials are coming out once every other month. Although on JP, it was a little further stretched out than that. So, with that in mind, what do these three characters all have in common? These three characters here, Setzer from Final Fantasy VI, Shantotto from Final Fantasy XI, and Zack from Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII, all will be affected by this. Now, this is what we know at this point in sense of those who follow information from JP like I do. Now for the first wave of the 7070 Awakening, it is Shantotto that gets the Black Crystal slot. The second wave was Zack. Now, Setzer, he was part of the quote-unquote third wave. However, it came with Ultimate Ramuh. So, with knowing that, and knowing that Ultimate Ramuh is likely to come at the end of September, what does this mean exactly? Will there be any switches to the Black Crystal spot for the 7070 Awakening? The questions that some of us may be wanting to ask ourselves. Who will get their awakening when? So, knowing that Ultimate Ramuh is coming at the let me rephrase this. Knowing that, and this is knowing Global's trends, that Ramuh is likely to come at the end of September. That means Setzer plays a game of leapfrog with Shantotto and Zack. Now, some of you guys are thinking to yourselves, Setzer getting in his before everybody else? WTF? Well, it makes sense. Because again, you have to know global trends. And knowing Ultimate Ramuh should be the end of September, that means Setzer gets inside in the first wave of 7070 in the Black Crystal spot, because and this is provided that 7070 starts next month, which is next month is September. So Ultimate Ramuh at the end of September, Setzer gets his 7070 before Shantotto and Zack. Now, what does this mean for Shantotto and Zack? Will Shantotto take the second wave and Zack the third? It's a possibility. And the reason why I say it's a possibility is the simple fact that with Zack, he got his 6060 Awakening very late. However, on JP, he got his 7070 soon after. Now, from my understanding, he may not have his rework yet on JP. And I can already think of they can fix a certain aspect of his EX ability, in my personal opinion. But I'm going to say that for another day. But anyway, with Zack, because there's quite a small gap between his 60-60, 70-70 on JP, Global can make him wait a little bit longer for his 70-70. Meaning that Zack is on the third wave instead of the second. Because Shantotto got hers delayed because of the time of Ultimate Ramuh. Now, there are going to be people who are going to get ticked off by this because of the whole timing on Global's end. But we all have to remember, Global is going to global. And by that, they release whatever they want, whenever they want. Now, another alternative they can have here is that, like I said in the previous video, Setzer gets a 70-70 with when Ultimate Ramuh goes live, but it's something completely different. And that way it opens the door for anybody of the Black Crystal Infinity to get their 70-70 awakening a little bit sooner than anticipated. Because that's being removed due to how JP was doing things on 70-70 awakenings for a while, where instead of somebody getting their 70-70 inside of a wave or lost chapter, they would get theirs inside of an Ultimate Esper trial. Because this is something that should, in the future, trials like Ultimate Leviathan, Ultimate Pandemonium, and even Ultimate Brothers, you already have units to get their 70-70 awakening with the Ultimate Esper instead of a wave, if they're not part of a lost chapter. So, with that all being said, like I said, I do think that Setzer is going to be leapfrogging both Shantotto and Zack on 70-70 awakenings. Shantotto becomes the second wave, Zack becomes the third, and with the latter, it's probably going to anger some people, but knowing Global and knowing the timing of the Ultimate Esper trials thus far, it's the most logical thing they're going to be doing. Because honestly, if you think about it, Setzer and Shantotto have been 60-60 for a longer time than Zack. And Zack can probably have a little bit more time at 60-60 than he did on JP. And this opinion is entirely my own. But I just want to, point out the whole thing with Ultimate Ramuh, the timing, and if it does come to light that Ultimate Ramuh is coming at the end of September. And I do these type of videos for fun, so my opinions are my own. And that's where I'm going to end this video. With Wolvie here, signing off. I will catch you all on the flip side.